Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Delphine and I really have been trying to reach you. I have been thinking a lot about using personal rings again. Last year I found out that the A7 pocket size rings works beautifully as my everyday carry planner. And honestly, since then, the planners that I am using aren't typically used for planning anymore. I do a little planning in my weekly in my Hobonichi Cousin, but other than that, I didn't really want a personal rings for a planner. I wanted it for something else, but I wasn't sure how to come across saying it, and I wasn't sure what exactly that was or what it looked like right yet. So I'm here to chat with you guys about how the original purpose for my Filofax or my rings bound planners have ultimately been overridden with the through line of the community where everybody's using their Filofax as specifically a planner or a spiritual journal or some sort. Well, I didn't really want that. I wanted to use the rings. I knew this. I have plenty of ring covers that I can experiment with, but this year I wanted to jump into rings not only in January and then close it out because it's kind of hyped up right now, but I wanted to let it seriously marinate. That's a term by Taylor from Mama of More Plans. She had flipped through her Mo term, and she was saying the same thing I was feeling is you jump into a planner binder and you immediately make it into a planner. I mean, all the flip throughs are planner based, and that's not technically all that I wanted my rings to be. So I'm sitting with this for a while. At first, I'm just throwing at this binder a million different inserts to try. I'm looking into researching which ones might be useful to me. I've been watching mindfully the people that I enjoy on YouTube. I've been taking notes, literally detailed notes of what it is that they have in their system. I've been going over with a highlighter to see what are these things that I can migrate into my own binder, and it's so exciting to get into a rings because you can style it however you want. You can throw as much ephemera as you want at it. You can personalize it with pictures of your family and friends. There's just so much attractiveness in the ephemera part and the customizability in a rings planner. And I'm not saying that a rings planner is not what we're going for. I mean, it's fine. But for me, I wanted to really deeply personalize my A6 agenda for something more deeper than just another monthly, dailies, weeklies. I wanted it to be fun. I want to paint in it. I want to write notes in it. I want to reflect on things. I want it to be more than just my day-to-day planner, my day-to-day life. I already have a planner for that. So I'm taking my time with this, and I'm making a plan to make this way more expressive and not just let the desire burn out as quickly as I can put it together. One of the top things I've found out very quickly is if you want to be in a rings, it takes time. So I used one of my planners originally because I knew I wasn't going to stay in it. I was going to be rotating through other covers and seeing what I prefer. If I like a lot of inserts together stacked up in a 30mm ring mechanism, or maybe I just need to change up the sections or whatever it may be. I really just wanted to take my time and enjoy the process of creating such a personal binder. I was getting super inspired and then fizzling out at once, and one of the major issues was I was rushing through the process of setting this up. I wasn't taking my time. I wasn't making it about what it was that was important to me. So when I sat down and decided that I was going to give personal rings a try, it wasn't just going to be the trend of January. I wanted it to last longer than that. And if it didn't, that's fine. I experimented with it and I can move on from it. But honestly, I wanted this one to last. You're going to come across pros and cons with every planner, and especially the rings. You don't know how much I had to fight the original rings mechanism and change out the rings on this because the rings were gapped when I first received this binder. These little things do happen, and there's just going to be pros and cons to everything that you invest your time in. That's just how it goes. But with the challenges, are these things going to ruin the fact that I'm trying to build something beautiful and personalized? No. There was a lot going on where I could have just switched back into my Filofax original. There's some silly things, there's some more important things, but I'm not taking it so seriously that it's gonna burn me out. I'm going to take my time and let things be as they are and not shove everything into one label or one section just because everyone else is doing it that way. I really wanted to personalize it, make use of what's important to me, putting in inserts that were mostly blank or just gridded inserts that will help me to delegate what it is, where I want, how I want, and I can move this around. There's so many times when I've taken these insert outs and moved them all the way around. It's not specifically going to be chronological order, or it's not going to be perfectly sectioned out in the beginning. I wanted to take a lot of the processing and making sure this made sense for me. And the best part is I can take it all out and do it all over again. One of the best things I did for myself in this process was ask myself every single day was, how is it that I'm feeling when I get into my rings in the morning? When I open up this ring binder, how's it making me feel? Because in the past when I was doing this, it made me feel like I was just copying everybody else. It didn't make me feel like this was my own. It felt a little bit familiar for sure, but it definitely felt foreign in some capacity. I wanted this to not just be a commonplace book or a planner. I wanted it to be specific for what it is that I needed. If I was out and about, what were the things that I thought were important to me? And over time, that's what I'm looking at, is what really matters. And opening my journal, I knew immediately the very next day after filming this that this is exactly what I wanted it to be. I feel so cozy in this binder. I was opening it up more than even I've been in my cousin, or I don't think I could say that about my A7. I kind of love my A7. But for the most part, it is such an inspiration to be jumping into something so beautiful that reflects you in a way that most other things can't. Talking about the original purpose of my binder and why I have been changed by other influencers because I thought I had to make my book look just the same or add jewelry to it or something just so I could fit in, and it just crushed me at the end. And I decided, is it something that I want it to be, or is it just something that's a lookalike to everyone else? Am I putting in the ephemera that reflects things that I like and the purpose in my life? Am I taking my time, or am I rushed? How is it feeling each day? Look at the challenges, pros and cons. Is it going to be worth it for you? Are you putting in what matters? After you begin using your rings, check in with how you feel. Does it suit your needs, or does it feel like it's just a setup like all the other ones? Is it enriching your life? Do you need to slim it down because it's too full? What's the point of this, and what really matters to you when you're building your binder?